Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you in another video. All right, so, yeah, man, smoking is what they're saying Luka Doncic has a problem with now. It's going to be more and more stuff that they're trying to release on this guy's name, try to sully it for the betterment of looking as if it made sense to trade him away at 25 years old when he's playing as well as he has over the last 5 years, for which all 5 of those years he was a first-team All-NBA performer. Coming fresh off an NBA Finals appearance, having already been to the Western Conference Finals before that, in just 5 years of play, they need to be able, they meaning whoever's in the Dallas Maverick side of things, need to be able to justify this very, very unpopular decision. And now they're saying he has a smoking issue. This becomes a conversation where I can go straight to stereotypes to coincide that energy. But the reality is, I don't know a single Serbian person, let alone whether or not they are known for smoking or not. You know, it's like we can go to that culture, but that's just as real as every black person likes rap music, or every Spanish person cooks tacos or something like this. Is stereotypes. I don't know that they hold real weight from person to person to person. But what I can say is that they put that out there about him reinforces a stereotype that I don't know if he would feel offensive toward or not. That Europeans people smoke a lot of cigarettes more than everybody else. I don't doubt that stereotype has been reinforced on stuff that I've watched on TV, but just like they reinforce all types of stereotypes to tell stories about people that you do not know. I've learned not to pay too much attention to those stereotypes because they often describe me as somebody with whom I'm not. So far be it for me to say that makes a whole lot of sense. But what I can say is, if Luka Doncic has a smoking problem, I think it's in his best interest, just like anyone else who has a smoking problem, to quit. Quit for the betterment of your health and that of the longevity of your quality of life. Because at the end of the day, smoking cigarettes destroys your lungs and can cause cancer and all these other different issues that we understand. And so at 25 years old, I don't think Luka's worked into any habits that he can't break. And this should be one more that he breaks if this indeed is a habit or a problem. But far be it from me to sit up here and say, damn, the Lakers took on Luka Doncic with a smoking issue and a drinking issue, and he doesn't take care of his body. You know, it's just incumbent upon us as his new family here at Laker Nation to encourage him to take care of himself, because we want to see him succeed in our uniform. And as we continue to see him from day in to day out, we will grow to appreciate and love the person, just like we have with so many other players that have put on our uniform. So that's what I hope to be, as a part of the community that encourages him and every one of us to take care of ourselves, not because we care that you do for our own interests, but because we have humanity amongst us and care about the people around us. I think that's a very strong deterrent to what is an obvious smear campaign. I want Luka to know that I'm in his corner, that we accept him, but we also want to challenge him to be his best self, especially since he's still developing who that is at 25 years of age. Accepting you and challenging you to be better can go hand in hand. I don't like that you smoke. I don't accept that you should continue to smoke. And I hope to encourage you to quit. Not because I said so, but because you have a little girl, because you are an athlete, because people have challenged you to take care of, to change your body for the better. And this is the result of that, of them feeling like they failed to do so. People are using that as a means of not giving you $100 million. You understand what I'm saying? You know how many cigarettes you can buy with $100 million, Luka? It's the type of conversation I would have in this corner. I'm not interested in pushing him away or saying, oh man, we bought a limit. I don't give a damn about all that, man. This guy's in our corner now. He's a Laker. We put on our uniform and we want to see him succeed. Now, is that the same for everybody? I hope so. But the reality is some people are more important than others when you talk about the business of basketball. And as it pertains to the business of basketball, with Luka, he's much more important than, say, Alex Lynn or somebody. No disrespect. We care about his humanity either way, but, you know, we have a vested interest in him based on our own selfish needs, which we will not ignore. Since this is the spirit of competition, we want to win. And we believe Luka can help us win. So him taking care of himself is extremely important to us meeting our goals, and simultaneously him taking care of his own in his personal life away from basketball, which mean a lot to him, I'd imagine. So that's my point of view. I've talked about my smoking habit. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I've smoked weed, and I've been away from weed for about 13 months now. And I've been healthier. Looking at pictures of myself back then versus now, as I was talking about earlier in the previous video, my lips were black. As to where I look like I got healthier lips at this point. You know, so it's like there's a lot of things that for my personal interest, I don't look to return to my old ways of doing things. And as you mature, you start to realize certain things are for your betterment, to take care of yourself so that you can sustain longer, so that you can maintain your youth or what have you. It's hard to maintain your youth when you have such poor habits of eating, drinking, smoking, you know what I mean? Not resting properly, these type of things. You know, you get old quick out here, especially in sports. And so that's what I'm saying in regards to him. It's encouragement, man. I don't know what the other people, and when I say the other people, meaning people who are my age, 40 and older, in regards to his surroundings, are saying to him. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're saying to him, because a lot of them have it. You get older, and as you get more enthralled in your business, you're only interested in your own interests. Some people grow more caring of others, other people grow more cold of others. So in the spirit of understanding that some grow cold, they don't really want to see him succeed. They would much rather him fail to justify their own decision in kicking him to the curb. I'm not a part of that community. I want to see him succeed. I want to see him win. Not just on the court, but off it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's where I stand as it pertains to Luka Doncic. We want to see him win. I don't want to see him continue to have people justifying pushing him out of their team using things that maybe he struggles with as a means to do so. That's not cool. I don't have anything to do with that. The guy came to my team. I'm not looking to move on from him because of those same struggles. Hopefully, by way of what we're talking about and the community come together for him, he can kick some of those habits, prove some of those doubters wrong, and win championships in their faces and feel pride about doing so. That's really what it's all about. So that's what I got to say to the people, the naysayers, and those who want to push out negativity toward the man's name. I'm not interested in any of that. If he has a smoking problem, then he's gonna make a decision on his life and hopefully takes that problem away, you know? Maybe quitting if that's what he wants to do, cutting back, and whatever is wise for him, we want to support, but we want to see him produce on our court as well. So making the best decision for his health is what this is all about. And if this is a lie or a stereotype used against him to say that all of his people smoke cigarettes, so they're going to buy this rumor, we're not looking at buying any rumors. We just want him to fix whatever he wants to fix in his own life to be better for his own reasons, so that he can raise his daughter. And that, you know what I mean? That's literally what this is about. This is life first. And so I read something that Kyrie Irving said. He said something along the lines of, let's get away from all of the, and I paraphrase, but let's get away from all the criticism and start focusing on the compassion. And I'm about that. I'm about that. We got plenty of criticism, plenty of naysayers, plenty of trolls, plenty of people who are indifferent to the humanity of others. We got enough of that. We don't need none of that. What we need is encouragement and people who are going to inspire people to be better for themselves, not just for us, for themselves. And so that's what I'm hoping to try to inspire here on this channel, is people be better for themselves. And we give you every reason to do so, because we're going to be an example to do so as well. And as we talk about on this channel, I want to overcome some of my own issues. You see me succeed, maybe you should attack your own. But as far as me sitting back here saying, let's get rid of this guy. No, I don't want to get rid of the guy. He came to the right place. You came to the right place. That's how I feel about it. Lucky us. We get to watch you grow into the person that you ultimately are going to be happy to be in. And we have some input on that. We're going to have some influence on that. What a lucky position we're in. And on top of all that, we get to capitalize off of the greatness of his play because he is a great player. How lucky are us? That's how I look at it. And for those who don't care as much, it's not like we gave up a guy who was a pillar of health, to be honest with you. Love Anthony Davis and appreciate him, but he's not like we picked up some Iron Man over there in Dallas. You know what I mean? That's not what you did. So, you know, it's one of those situations where it's like, it's not like we paid so much to get this guy. We got him on a discount. So whatever he gives us, I think, is a worthy investment for our circumstances as a team. And that's not to be lost in this process. It ain't like we paid a whole lot, man. We love Max Christie and we love Anthony Davis. They mean a lot to us. But Luka the Don, in the presence of the market we're talking about, is worth a lot more than those guys combined. It just is what it is. And the first round pick, I didn't even remember that was in there. So, you know what I'm saying? That's really what it comes down to. I'm very happy Luka's here. I want to see him grow in our uniform. He's 25 years old. I would love to hear him say some triumphant thing when it's time for him to retire in our uniform. As I came here, a 25-year-old guy looking to redeem himself. People were saying naysayers things about me. And ultimately, we were able to overcome them together. And we won together. And I found a new home here. That's what I want to hear Luka say 15 years from now, when it's time for him to hang him up or whatever. I envision some type of speech like that as we retire his jersey. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not interested in what the naysayers have to say, because we know there's plenty of people over there in Dallas who will second what I'm saying right now. And we're the lucky ones over here. They got to live with this decision. And the last thing they're pleased with is what excuses have been said about why it was okay to move him in the way that they did. And which we believe is a horrible decision. And I'm sure it's been well documented that a bunch of Dallas Mavericks fans feel the same way. And may be listening to me right now because of it, for which we welcome you, man. But that's the place. I don't know what you heard about Laker fans, but that's where he actually landed. Somewhere we can looking to appreciate him just as much as you did, man. You know, we ain't gonna sit up here and fake it, but over time the love will be real. We know that. And so that's my point of view. I want to see everybody puts on our uniform succeed, especially the guys who we know are insanely talented. And we want new guys in the future to feel the same way about putting on our uniform. We want you to see us appreciate Luka, so that maybe someday after Luka retires, you'll want to put on our uniform here too, or maybe with him. And that's really what it's about here in Laker Nation. We're trying to sell the idea that we should be worthy of everybody wanting to put on our uniform, not just because ESPN and all these guys continue to spam us, spam the uniforms on the players that are yet to be on our uniform, but because we're a good place to go. We're a good place to try to win something. Our history tells that, and so hopefully as well does our attitude. So that's my attitude, man. I want you guys to know that, hey, man, I hear all the naysayers. I'm sure the rest of the talking media in LA hears the naysayers, but at the end of the day, we're happy to have this guy on our squad. We think we can win with him. We think he can put on some of his best days in the uniform with us. We think he can play some of his best ball right now. We feel like we're getting him right at the beginning of his prime. And that, my friends, is something that is very, very good for us. You know what I mean? And we hope it's good for him as well. So that's what I got to say. I know he didn't choose LA. I don't know that he would have chosen LA. But now that he's here, we hope that he learns to love this place and someday will choose us again when it's time to re-up his contract. And we have a hell of a lot of belief in his ability. And we look to grow to believe in the human being as well, which he's already gotten off to a great start with. And so You know, in my own personal way of looking at things, I think a lot of times people who do self-destructive things like smoking and drinking don't often know if their lives are worth saving in a lot of cases. I don't know. I don't want to apply that to Luka necessarily, but I don't, you know, I'm just saying this is what I've seen in my life. A lot of times doing things they ain't have no business doing that hurts them is because they don't really feel like the quality of life that they're living is worth sacrificing those things for. I hope that if that is relevant to him, that he learns to love life more here. In a way to want to improve his quality of life and improve his habits on life, if that is indeed necessary for him. You know what I mean? And a lot of times maybe we do grow up in a culture where it's okay. You know, I grew up in a space where it's LA, man. We smoke weed out here, right? I ain't never had no reason to not smoke weed. I smoked weed before I realized who I was. I was smoking regularly before I developed myself as a person. Just off of the strength of the culture and the proximity to it all the way around me. I took a liking to it, and it had some good things to come with it, but mostly bad for myself. And some people will tell you there are no bad, and maybe that's their experience with it. But the point is for me, there was a lot of bad that came with that habit. And I've had to struggle with it all my life. I've been winning those battles as of late. And I don't find myself unhappy with my time with it, because I did have some good times with it too. But there comes a time when you have to step outside of the culture around you and start making decisions that fit your walk of life and your betterment. You know what I'm saying? And for Luka the Don as a professional athlete, regardless if he was around people who smoke cigarettes all his life or not, it's in his best interest for what he wants to do with his career to quit. That's the truth. Maybe you're from a place where everybody smoke all day long, no matter what. But once you start understanding that this is not good for your body and you're trying to do a certain thing with your body, and your body's your moneymaker, then you realize you got to make decisions that are going to fit your body. None of those people were great basketball players. None of those people had to use their body to make hundreds of millions of dollars. And if they had those opportunities in front of them, they quit because they see the fruit in doing so. And I hope that in the unique walk of life that this individual is in, if this is relevant to him, he will see how he can be an example of how to step aside of certain things that are so normal to you, so that you can experience the great things in your life that only you can relate to in your community. And that's a big thing. It's a very big thing. Because there's not going to be too many people who are going to encourage you to do that because they don't see the fruit in it. But once you start telling them, yo, I got a chance to be one of the greatest basketball players of all time and make $1 billion, but my body's going to shut down if I keep on doing what we keep on doing. And suddenly the same people who are smoking cigarettes are going to be like, nah, let's put these cigarettes down. We don't want to influence you to do something that's going to hurt such a fantastic once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And if we all had those opportunities, none of us would be smoking. So that's what I want to say there too. For those of us who grow up a certain way, we got to understand that once we start realizing it makes sense to stop doing things that other people do for opportunities that they don't have that may be in our lives, then it's like, all right, well, maybe I can influence them in their own walk to stop doing what hurts them as well. You may not have $100 million on the line, but you do have this opportunity for which would benefit you for stopping doing what you should otherwise stop doing, right? So you get to be the influence upon others and change that culture slowly but surely for the better. And so that's what I think he can do. If such a thing is real in his life, if that's really what it is, that's what he can be, a solution to it. Put some years on the life of his people by influencing them to stop that for which is very harmful for them, following his lead and stopping doing those same things. And so that's what I think is opportunity there as well, man. And I hope that he gets that message, and especially as a young person starts working that into his equation now, so by the time he's 28, 29, 30 years old, he don't even have to think too much about these things because they're already out of his life. And the fruit that comes with getting those things out of his life is too also in his life. So that's what I wanted to say, man. Make this a very positive video, man, a constructive video. And if it don't apply to him, then ignore it, you know what I'm saying? Because I think this is a smear campaign anyway. But if it does apply to him and he could have used a quitting of drinking and smoking and stuff like that, then this is how I think it's going to be inspiring to him to do so. Not punishing him or pushing him away or telling him he's wrong for doing it, but inspiring him and telling him, man, you are right for stopping, because there's a lot of good that's going to come from that. BDL 44. I thank you all for watching.